Good morning, everybody. This is Jeremiah with the Easy Does It Transportation Podcast, coming to you from Bomar Communities here in Douglasville, Georgia. And today I'm going to tip off some discussion on interstate expansion, which is what I'm convinced we need here in the west side of Atlanta. The Interstate 20 corridor running east and west here is really kind of underdeveloped. All of the developmental activities have been for the northern 75 and 85, and there's 575 and 985, those corridors. So this is Atlanta. I've got MARTA marked up here, red line, gold line, blue line, green line. That kind of gives you a sense of where MARTA is. This gives you a sense of where Bomar Road is, and that's the Southern Arc. To give you some context, the Southern Arc is not a small facility. Okay, it is a big facility. Okay, that's the Southern Arc. All right. So I want to talk about the interstate expansion activities, and then we'll get into maybe a little bit of what GDOT has published on, or what the Atlanta Regional Commission has published on their website, which GDOT works from the Metropolitan Planning Organization's website when it comes to transportation improvement programs. Okay, so what we have here are I'm going to put on a bunch of data on the screen, and each one of these data points are going to be locations that GDOT has collected AADT, average annual daily traffic. And so when I turn it on, the screen is just going to be full of dots, and then we'll zoom in on some of these locations, just to give you a sense of those are the locations. They're all over the place. And from that data, I gathered the I-20 285 just outside of the perimeter. I-20 is 6 lanes here. I-20 is 9 lanes here. And I-20, you kind of see there's a comparable daily trips, but there's some. I'm not an expert on this, and I really don't want to spend a whole lot of time developing my expertise on interstate design and interchange design, because it's just, to me, not a very, very attractive practice. But it's a needful thing to know and to understand. And I guess, maybe potentially I should say this is 8 lanes. I'm just going to 8 lanes on this, just for fairness sake. Okay, because when you zoom in, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lanes. However, all of Interstate 20 outside of the perimeter really is 3 lanes, and it's 3 lanes outside the perimeter. I guess it picks up its 4th lane right here at see, it's 3 lanes here, 1, 2, 3, and it picks up its 4th lane. This is Fulton Industrial. See the Charlie Brown Airport. This is Fulton Industrial, and it picks up. Now notice the trucks. Just notice the number of trucks you see on the screen. And trucks are capacity, okay? They take up a lot of capacity. Look how big they are. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, so going back to the lane count, because I said there are 3 lanes each way, 1, 2, 3, and then we pick up a lane right here as Fulton Industrial dumps into I-20. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and of course on the other side we have 1, 2, 3, 4, but that is where 285. So we have 4 lanes because 285 discharged onto I-20, and Fulton Industrial discharged on I-20. So really this is a 4-lane road, right? Well, except as you come in here, right at 285, take another look. 1, 2, 3 lanes. 1, 2, 3 lanes. This lane is the 285 northbound. Okay, so this is a little more clear here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so really, Interstate 20 is a 6-lane interstate on the west side. Okay, now I put 8 lanes here in fairness because there's an additional lane between Fulton Industrial and 285. But we're carrying 185,000 trips daily. This data was taken in 2023. And I-20 over here is carrying something very comparable. They have 196,000 daily trips. But this facility is totally different. Now they've got some trucks, but again, are there as many trucks? They've got a good bit of trucks. It's a very comparable roadway system, but now zoom out and what do you see? A lot of residential. Okay, the big white box tops, let's just in the same zoom. Okay, now look at all those white box tops. Okay, the rail yard. Okay, over here is an intermodal rail yard. Look at all these white box tops. So we'll just center the intersection and just look at the amount of houses. And of course, this is West Atlanta. This is not, primo real estate like it, well, probably should be, but it's not. And this is a lot of industrial use, a lot of warehousing. Okay, let's just scroll through town again. Same zoom levels, so we've got the same elevation. And look at these neighborhoods. So much residential. Okay, so this is 196,000 trips on I-20. I say 9 lanes. They really have these 2 lanes, these outbound lanes here. Looks like there's 3 right for quite some time. There's 4 lanes coming into the city. There are 3 lanes going out, but then you've got these other 2 lanes here that'll eventually merge in. But they have 2 lanes dedicated to this off ramp. It's just kind of this is not the same thing as Fulton Industrial, but somewhat similar. Now, there's some other things I want to point out is the long and dedicated roadways on and off ramps. Okay, this thing is probably not the greatest, and it's probably very comparable to what we have. All right, now I want to hit one more 285 outside the perimeter number. This is I-85, and there are 258,000 daily trips on this road. And this thing has 14 lanes, not counting these dedicated lanes out here. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 lanes. And 2 of them are express lanes. 2 of these are express lanes. So big time traffic, and that's just above the Spaghetti Junction, 285. So that gives you some order of magnitude of these facilities. And I really want to make the case that Douglasville, Douglas County, the west side needs to have a major interstate expansion program made. But if this is done, then these 3 exits will not really need to have a capacity improvement. And Douglasville is the large residential community west of Atlanta, west of the perimeter. Really, it's the largest sort of concentration of residential. It's a residential community on I-20 west of Atlanta here. So it's kind of a big deal. The southern arc, if we put this in, it'll really mitigate the need to improve I-20 capacity. In other words, a lot of I-20 traffic will be diverted onto the county road, the Southern Arc County Road, and the county will handle its own capacity, and I-20 will not need the investment. Um, the county should not be bearing that burden. We in the county should not be bearing that burden. That's what the interstate is for. The interstate should bear that burden. The interstate should expand to accommodate increased demand to travel in and out of the city of Atlanta because our community is growing. We are a bedroom community. We are a place to live. We're not live, work, and play. We're living here. We're playing out here, and we go work in the city because we don't want to live and play in the city. We want to live and play in the um, Douglasville community, which is a very nice community. And we need to make sure that we have the appropriate roadway facilities to keep it nice, because these roadways can really decimate our community. The southern arc through a large residential area really stands to really wreak havoc on the residential property values, and like I said, it just really it diverts transportation projects onto county roads that really belong on a state level interstate facility. Okay, so the Southern Arc, let's take that off the screen, and just wanted to look at these intersections on I-20 and 285, really comparable, except for the fact you've got this huge industrial base here, a lot of truck traffic over here. It's so much more residential, really. And the interchange is, I can't really say which one's better, but I can tell you this one is getting improved. Okay, this one is getting updated, and it's well underway, and we'll look at that in just a minute. This one on our side, on the west side, it is just now getting done, just now getting started, and that's a design build. They're kind of doing it on the fly, and there's not a lot of community involvement. There's not really a lot of design review. There's not really a lot of alternatives discussed. Now, I want to point out to you something else about capacity on this interchange, and that is this blue line right here. This blue line is MARTA. If MARTA were to follow Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Drive outside the perimeter, okay, and come out here and tie into Fulton Industrial, if it were to continue on that path, then a lot of cars would use it, and that would mitigate the traffic through this intersection. This intersection is not problematic once you get past 285. It's really just the 285 20 section, and a lot of that is truck traffic. So anyway, this is getting addressed. This is getting built out, and there is some capacity. They're going to add some lanes. It extends out here quite a ways, but it doesn't really address Douglasville. It's not really a comprehensive. It's not really a comprehensive interstate expansion project like what we have on the east side. I'll try to do a video of a dash cam of the Interstate 20 video at a future date. Now, let's go and look at the GDOT website, and then we'll look at, first we'll look at the Atlanta Regional Commission's website on their plans for transportation improvement in our community. Okay, what we've got here is the Atlanta Regional Commission's transportation improvement plan tip. And the state of Georgia, the way it works is metropolitan planning organizations manage their own transportation improvement plans. And then GDOT works from this metropolitan transportation plan database. And that's what this is. So we're looking at Atlanta, and I have highlighted here I-20, and over here is a description. I-20 West Express Lanes. Notice the sponsor is GDOT. It's an interstate, so it belongs to GDOT. But roads can belong to cities, and they can belong to counties and things like that. This right here is the Southern Arc. Let me zoom in on that. This is the Southern Arc, okay? And you can't really see Lee Road very well, but it's right here. This will continue up and tie right into 20 right here, and this is Chapel Hill. So this is the southern arc, and this is what I've been trying. This is the point that I've been trying to make to you is that any capacity improvement on 20 stopped short of going through Douglasville and really accommodating Bill Arp Road and Chapel Hill Road. Okay, so this is our fair city, Atlanta, Douglasville, I-20, all this industrial zone out here coming across at Thornton Road up by the intermodal station, Austell, Thornton Road, Lithia Springs. Okay, here's the quarry right down here's Lee Road. Okay, and again, this is what they want to connect. They want to connect that to here and turn this into a major thoroughfare. All right. But now I'm advocating for expansion of the interstate through Douglasville, and I just want to take a look at the bridges that would need to be expanded. Let's just say that they were going to bring the expansion all the way through. Let's just say they were going to bring it. I really think you should go ahead and replace Bright Star while you're at it, but let's just take a look and see if Bright Star could handle the expansion just from a bridge standpoint. Just quickly take a look at the bridges. You might could squeeze a lane in there. You might could improve the crash worthiness of this pier and that pier, and you might could be able to squeeze something under that bridge. Let's go to our next one. I think that's going to be Bill Arp. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, it's going to be kind of tough there. That's going to be kind of tough. It's really kind of the same bridge arrangement that we had back at Bright Star, but if you're talking about high capacity, 5 lanes in here, yeah, I think you're going to have to get rid of this bridge. Bill Arp definitely going to need to be replaced. Okay, let's take a look at Chapel Hill. Yep, same situation. Same situation. Trucks over 6 wheels must use 2 right lanes. We need a HOV, express lane in here. Okay, let's go. Presley Mills, it's the overpass. Yeah, that little guy needs replaced. All of these bridges have like gates on them, fences on them. Alright. Now we're going to come into Fairburn Road. And Fairburn Road, let's take a look. Yeah, you might be able to. You might be able to get something through there. Oh man, yeah, that's lots of space. You got lots of space under there. Yeah, okay. So, no, maybe Fairburn Road doesn't need to be replaced. Let's go look at our next one. What is that? Midway Road, okay. Yeah, need to replace it. It's not big enough. And then North County Line Road, let's take a look. Yeah, that's gonna need replaced. All these have fences over them. And I believe Lee Road is next. Let's see. Looks like a big interchange. Yeah, it looks a lot like Chapel Hill. A lot of room there. Let's see, Mount Vernon. I guess is it need replaced as well. Wow, what a coincidence. You get a wreck. You go into Google Earth and you got a wreck. It looked like maybe not. Yeah, there's cones out there showing off. Wow, wow. All right, so the bridge. Yeah, the bridge needs replaced. All right, so this gets to be sort of a this gets to be sort of a really expensive project, and they're doing these projects on other parts of town. They are no doubt, no question, performing this work on other parts of town. So we just need to basically not have the yeah, that bridge needs to be replaced. That's Thornton Road. That'd be a big one, man. That'd be a big one. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, that'd be a big bridge there to have to replace. I don't know. Maybe they could squeeze some lane. I don't think so. It'd be tough. It'd be really, really tough trying to squeeze lanes in there. You'd need to replace it, and that'd be expensive. Thornton Road. Whew. So we got several bridges that would need replacing, and just from Thornton Road needs to be replaced. Mount Vernon needs to be replaced. We said Lee Road could probably make it. So North County Line Road needs replaced. Midway Road needs replaced. We're at 4. Fairburn Road can make it. Let's see, Presley Mill need to be replaced at 5, and Chapel Hill need to be replaced at 6. That's a big bridge. Likewise, Bill Arp need to be replaced 7. That's a big bridge. And Bright Star needs to be replaced 8 bridges. Wow, that's a big project. That's a really, really big project. 8 bridges. Okay, well, that's all I got today. Just wanted to talk about, the alternative of interstate expansion versus the southern arc. Again, the county is not really set up to accommodate that kind of facility to own and maintain, to build, own and maintain the 4-lane southern arc concept. That type of heavy duty capacity really belongs on the interstate, and that's what the interstate is there for, and it needs to be expanded. So please, remain involved. Communities don't build themselves; people build their communities. So it's up to us to build ours. Please take the survey. I'll put a QR code that links you to the survey. Please take the survey, and share this. Share this with as many people as you can. Share the survey with as many people as you can. And it's really important that this kind of really, some major project absolutely going to fundamentally change Douglasville indefinitely. And it needs to have the appropriate kind of voice. So please share this, stay involved. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel where I can get more content to you. And again, I'm a civil engineer here in the area. This road directly impacts my property, like it does yours if you're watching this and living in Douglasville. You know, this is a very, very big project that really alleviates interstate expansion, and that's really what we need. We need the interstate expansion. I'm going to do a video on the bridges at some point, just taking a look at bridge profiles. I noticed that like Thornton Road and maybe it was Fairburn Road, I think one of them had a lot of expansions, additional lanes added to them. But I want to also, you know, really look at the profile of you know these fences that are up and the green girder and that kind of thing versus what's kind of the current what's in vogue, you know, in Sewanee and Canton and different places. They Roswell put up these really ornate decorative bridges that really, you know, really tell you when you come into the community, hey, you're in a fine community that we're proud of, that we think a lot of, and I think that'd be brilliant, you know, if we could have that at you know at like um, Mount Vernon Road perhaps would be a great place, but I really wanted at an interchange, so I don't know, maybe um, I mean certainly Bill Arp coming in from the west would definitely be a great place to have a nice marquee bridge. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.